I'm 70 years old, and my voice is trembling as I say this, because the words I'm about to share come from a place of deep, aching regret. What hurts the most is realizing that almost everything you've been told about success, about happiness, about how to build a good life is wrong. Terribly, heartbreakingly wrong. And the people who should have warned you, your parents, your teachers, society itself, either never learned the truth themselves, or they're too caught in the same illusion to speak up. For most of my life, I was the perfect example of what everyone calls success. I fought tooth and nail to rise through the ranks of a massive corporation until I held one of the top executive positions. I had the elegant house in the heart of the city, children enrolled in the world's finest universities overseas, designer wardrobes, invitations to exclusive events, and the quiet envy of colleagues and friends. From the outside, my life looked flawless. People admired me, sought my advice, told me how lucky I was. But at 55, in the space of a single ordinary afternoon, the entire illusion shattered. It started with a routine mammogram. The technician's smile faded as she studied the images. The doctor called me back the next day. Stage 3 breast cancer. Aggressive. Invasive. In an instant, I went from being the confident leader who commanded boardrooms to a frightened woman lying on cold examination tables, losing my hair in clumps, enduring wave after wave of chemotherapy, and staring at the ceiling each night, wondering if I would live long enough to hold my future grandchildren. Those long, silent nights in the hospital, tethered to IV drips with nothing but fear, pain, and endless time to think, they stripped everything away. For the first time, I saw my life clearly. If I had died then, what would I have truly left behind? A corner office? A substantial bank balance? Plaques and awards gathering dust? A long list of professional accomplishments that no one would remember 5 years later? None of it held any meaning. I had spent decades running as fast as I could, only to realize I had been running in the wrong direction all along. Please hear me when I say this. The most dangerous lie you are telling yourself right now is, I still have time. I'll travel the world once I retire. I'll make more memories with my parents after this next big project. I'll slow down and enjoy life once I get the promotion, the bigger house, the financial security. I hear these words everywhere, from my own grown children, from younger colleagues, from strangers I meet, and every single time my heart clenches in pain because I know the bitter truth. That promised later almost never arrives. The finish line keeps moving farther away. You finally get the raise, and suddenly you need the next title to feel validated. You buy the beautiful home, and then you want renovations, extensions, upgrades. You promise yourself just one more year of sacrifice, and before you know it, decades have slipped through your fingers. One day you wake up at 70, like I did, looking at old photographs of loved ones who are no longer here, wondering where all the years went. I lived that mistake. I climbed the corporate ladder for decades, giving up weekends, holidays, bedtime stories with my children, quiet dinners with my husband, all for the next rung. When I finally reached the top, I looked around and realized the ladder had been leaning against the wrong wall the entire time. And the cruelest part? Time doesn't let you climb back down and start over. Success is a deceptive and demanding master. I achieved every goal society told me to chase: power, prestige, wealth, recognition. And for a brief, shining moment, perhaps a day or two, I felt on top of the world. Then the glow faded, and a deeper emptiness settled in. You find yourself chasing the next achievement, the next round of applause, the next temporary high. It's an exhausting cycle disguised as purpose. I lost a close friend 2 years ago. She was only 63. She had built a company worth millions, worked until midnight nearly every day, and always said, "Next year I'll finally take that long vacation with my daughter. Next year I'll slow down." Next year never came. A sudden brain aneurysm took her in minutes. At her funeral, her daughter, now grown and successful herself, stood up with tears streaming down her face and said, "I never truly knew my mother. I knew her company, her ambition, her schedule, but I never really knew her." I wept uncontrollably that day, because I saw my own life reflected in hers, and I saw my children's quiet distance in her daughter's grief. The regrets that steal my sleep aren't the business deals that fell through or the bold risks I took. They're the quiet, ordinary moments I let slip away. The long postponed trip to Europe my husband and I kept promising ourselves, until his sudden heart attack at 58 took him from me forever. The countless evenings I came home too late to tuck my children in, to hear about their day, to simply be there. Moments that can never be reclaimed now that they're adults with lives of their own. The phone calls I didn't make to my mother because I was too busy or too tired, until one ordinary morning she was gone, and I never got to say, "I love you," one more time. The paintings I dreamed of creating, the garden I imagined tending, the hobbies and simple pleasures I kept saving for when life calms down. These are the wounds that never fully heal. Not the mistakes we made, but the love we withheld, the risks we avoided, the beauty we passed by because we were too busy chasing illusions. After I survived, by some miracle I will never take for granted, I changed everything. I stepped away from the high-stakes career. I learned the power of saying no. I began saying yes to the things that truly feed the soul. In the 15 years since, I have lived more deeply, more joyfully, more authentically than in all the previous decades combined. What truly matters is achingly simple, yet we spend lifetimes ignoring it. Holding the people you love close while their hearts are still beating. Doing work that stirs something alive inside you, not just work that impresses others or fills your bank account. Gathering rich memories instead of more possessions. Being fully present, feeling the warmth of the sun, savouring your food, truly listening when someone shares their heart with you. I know what you're thinking, but I have bills to pay, responsibilities, obligations. I had them too. I'm not suggesting you abandon duty. I'm pleading with you. Don't abandon your one precious life in the name of duty. Pause for just a moment and ask yourself this question, honestly, without excuses. If tonight were your last night on earth, would you feel at peace with how you've spent your days so far? If the answer brings even a flicker of fear or sadness, then what in God's name are you waiting for? I'm 70 now. My hair is silver, my hands are lined with the map of a long life, and every single morning I wake up with quiet gratitude, because I know these days are gifts, borrowed time. When I look at the younger generations rushing through life the way I once did, my heart breaks all over again. That's why I'm speaking to you now, directly, urgently, from the depths of everything I've learned the hard way. Perhaps you'll hear what so many cannot yet hear. Perhaps you'll make different choices. Perhaps you'll spare yourself the weight of regrets that grow heavier with every passing year. Every day brings you one step closer to the end. Your parents are aging. Your children are growing. Friendships fade if untended. Nothing in this life is permanent. So please, don't put off that phone call one more day. Don't postpone the trip you've been dreaming about. Don't let another "I love you" go unspoken. If I could travel back and hold my younger self, the exhausted, driven woman who believed she had forever, I would wrap her tightly and whisper through tears, "Stop trying to prove your worth to people who won't remember your name in a decade. Stop trading your health, your peace, your irreplaceable days for praise that vanishes like smoke. Start living, truly living, right now. Call your parents just to hear their voices. Laugh loudly. Dance in the kitchen. Book the ticket. Take the risk. Speak the vulnerable, beautiful truth. Love with everything you have while there is still time. Because I promise you, with every tear I've shed over lost years, there is no perfect moment coming. Life will always be messy, demanding, full of excellent reasons to wait. But if you spend your days waiting, one morning you'll open your eyes and realize you've waited your entire life away. I am more content, more alive, more deeply happy now, at 70, with fewer tomorrows ahead, than I ever was in my 40s and 50s, when I mistakenly believed time was endless. The great paradox is this: only when you truly grasp how limited time is do you finally begin to live. You stand at a crossroads right now, in this very moment. You can keep running on the same exhausting treadmill, or you can step off and start running toward the things that make your heart break open in the most beautiful way. I can't make the choice for you, but I am begging you, from the bottom of my soul, don't wait until you're lying in a hospital bed counting regrets instead of blessings. Don't spend another irreplaceable day learning what I learned far too late. Someday is today. It is this moment. It is this breath you are taking right now. If anything I've said has touched even a small part of your heart, please share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment below. Tell me one thing you will do differently starting today. And subscribe, because I still have more hard-won truths to share. And I don't know how many days I have left to share them. The clock is ticking for all of us. How will you choose to spend the precious time you have left?